You're listening to That Home Loan Hub. I'm Zibuni Solimova, here to make home loans and property investing simple, smart and stress-free. Let's get you closer to your property dreams. Is the grass really greener on the other side? Today, James and I are going to jump in and be controversial and protect New Zealand.
Should I stay or should I go now?
Oh, wow. I didn't see that coming. Should I stay or should I go now? All right. So a lot of Kiwis are fleeing home and going over the ditch because they think the grass is greener on the other side. But is it?
I don't know if it is greener because they don't get as much rain as us, right? So it's always greener here.
Okay.
But let's look at it in the way that we were meaning. I think it is. It's quite hard living so close to such a successful country as Australia. They are quite a wealthy country, and one of the big things that they've done well ahead of us is with their compulsory super. They are about 25 years ahead of us in that regard. So because they've started that and it's well advanced, those people are people that are retiring now are retiring with a lot of money. And that's one of the big differences. We're just getting that started. So if you can think of us in 10 to 15 years' time, we are going to be, we're going to be not in a similar position because we're not putting as much aside yet, but we are on the right pathway. You know, and a lot of that money that's going to be going into that KiwiSaver is going to be massive. And that's going to get reinvested, not all of it, a portion of it, into New Zealand and to drive what New Zealand needs to make it a successful country. So in that regard, I do think we've got a lot going for us and really positive about staying here and making the most of it and having there's so many opportunities here. And
do you think there are more opportunities here? Or do you think opportunities are where you make them?
Yeah, I think the second one.
Whether it's here or there.
Yeah. I think if you're going to make, it's like if you think back to IPC, right? When we worked at IPC, and there's some pros and cons to that place. Some of the students that did really well there.
Like me.
Like yourself.
I was just kidding. Really.
But those ones that, you know, in international environment, the ones that really went out and tried different things and got involved in clubs, and there's some people that have been really, really successful.
You're right.
But then the majority of them were just
stayed in their rooms, didn't really hang out, didn't really socialize, and were truly homesick. And they thought, you know,
just didn't take those opportunities, right?
You're right. You're right. I think opportunities are where you make them. And looking back at my uni days, even though I always believed in C's get degrees,
They do.
I was busy. I was working. I always wanted to have a part-time job because I wanted to make extra money to spend on. Didn't care what I was spending on. Didn't know about saving back then. But it was all about not staying in the room because I knew if I stayed in the room, I would degrade.
Yeah.
And I needed to be out and I needed to be involved. Oh my gosh, I was involved with the choir, even though I can't really sing. So that's why it was funny that you were singing.
Honestly surprised that you were involved with that. Was he like some handsome guy in it or something?
None. Not at all. But we went around retirement villages singing songs, and I think that was the only saving grace.
I see your angle now.
Yeah, they couldn't hear us well.
Those old guys.
I did the singing. I did, and I did get involved a lot with helping newer students that were coming across, coming abroad, and just hanging out with them. You know, if there was any competitions or anything, I would get involved with that, just for the fun of it, really. And I worked a lot. Yeah. I really worked a lot, and as a waitress in the restaurant.
Wow.
And I think when I think back about the opportunities, there were students that were complaining they couldn't get jobs.
Yeah.
Yet I had a part-time job, and I also signed up to various internships because the university would offer you internships to take up. I think I went and did internship as a florist.
Yep.
Hated it. I think I killed a few flowers. I did internship at ACC.
Okay.
Hated it. Scanning documents all day long. That was not my idea of fun. But that exposed me to what sort of jobs were available.
Yeah.
If I wanted to.
You've got to try things, right?
Exactly. And I think New Zealand has a lot of opportunities for people really starting up their business and really building that personal brand where you can do really well in New Zealand, I think, is building that personal brand. Versus Australia, to me, seems much, much bigger. And penetrating that market could be a bit harder as a personal brand. Versus here, you know, I'm thinking about like Kapiti, right? If you wanted to have a personal brand in something, locals really get behind you and really support you. Like they really want you to do well. A lot of businesses here that do really well, especially in the food industry, they all started from markets. They would go to the markets, they would start having a little stall, you start talking to locals, and then they support you, and then you grow bigger from there. Versus I feel like in Australia, maybe it might be the same case there. I don't know.
I think with Australia, it's just a tougher country. People, I don't want to use the word, but they're just maybe more resilient and harder because it's a lot more competitive. Whereas here, it's just a bit of a nicer, I don't know how to describe it.
I like New Zealand for that reason.
It's not,
They're more compassionate. I find New Zealanders are kinder and compassionate in general. Although the times are changing, I have seen, you know, some uglier sides of humanity coming out in recent times. And I think COVID was a pivotal moment in the history for us where the gloves were off, the masks were on. And, you know, a lot of people, unfortunately, have divvied up the ships of where they are. But in general, you're right. I find people in Australia a bit harsher and people in New Zealand a bit more softer.
Yeah, and that's generally a good thing, I think. And there's a bit more of a say. There's a whole lot of things in New Zealand that we have that you're not going to get in other. You know, you mentioned that you worked at ACC. You know, how many other places where you have an accident? I had a client that I was talking to today. So they had a football accident injury happened on the field. ACC steps in and pays. You know, how many people do we see that are supported by ACC? It's I don't think you get that kind of thing in any other country. There's a lot of special little things that we do like that, initiatives and supporting agencies that you're not going to get in other places. So we've got quite a good safety net. And I don't know, sometimes if having a good safety net is a great thing because
again, it can be bad and good because again, I come from a country where it doesn't have any safety net. And to come to New Zealand, realize how much of a safety net is here. Again, you know, depends how you use that safety net. Now, in terms of what else is going well for New Zealand, I always think of snakes.
Yeah.
We don't have snakes, which is great.
That is pretty cool.
I wouldn't want to go and hang out my washing and have a snake say hello to me, like in Australia.
They've got poisonous spiders and things like that, don't they? They crawl in your ears and while you're sleeping.
Oh my God.
And then they lay their eggs and stuff.
Oh, thank you, James, for that visual. But I think and the climate, honestly, I really think we've got very good climate here. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's just beautiful. And maybe I'm just biased because we're in Kapiti.
It's pretty moderate. The temperature, it's pretty moderate here. So.
And we had snow the other day. That was cool. That was cool to see the snow. And again, you can fly from New Zealand to other places in the world. Often New Zealand is seen as not even on the maps or the end of the world. But yes, it does take a little bit longer to get to places. And I always think of New Zealand as a safe haven, you know, like nobody will ever think of attacking us because we're just so small.
We're neutral.
We're neutral. We've got the penguins.
Absolutely.
And I don't know. I feel like as a young person, and I think of my children often, as a young person, maybe it is good for them to go and explore those bigger countries. And, you know, and that's what a lot of New Zealanders do. They go away, they have their OEs, they go to UK, Europe, USA, Australia, but they always come back home.
Yeah.
They always do.
I think that's really important because that's where you realise that New Zealand is a pretty cool place. Yeah. You need to go over and you need to experience those other places and how it all works. Yeah. And when something goes pear-shaped like COVID, a lot of New Zealanders came home because they weren't supported overseas. Yeah. So it is a good passport to have.
Yeah. So I often encourage people, you know, buy a house here, keep it, rent it out if you need to, go away and then come back if you need to as well. You know, you always have the roots. If you have a house here, you can always come back to something. And funny enough, I actually had a lot of expats buying property in New Zealand while still being overseas.
Yep.
So a lot of my clients in Australia heavily investing in New Zealand right now because we don't have things like stamp duty. Yeah. So in Australia, when you buy a property, you have stamp duty that you have to pay.
Yeah.
And lucky for us, we don't have that. So that makes property purchase much cheaper.
And we don't have like really capital gain, like they do overseas, the capital gains tax either. That might be changing, but there are a whole lot of things like that. We don't have an inheritance tax either. So if you think of that's quite big in most other countries, whether that will change in the future, it's a hard one. But so there's all sorts of things that we don't have here that you just need to take a bit of a deep breath before you make that big jump. I'm not going anywhere soon, I don't think. We're going to Noosa.
We are going to Noosa.
But we are coming back. So.
We will take a bit of a break from the episodes while we're away, and maybe we can record one while we're there.
Yeah, let's do that. On the beach.
On the beach. Beautiful.
Cool.
Stay tuned, guys. Thank you so much.
See ya.
And that's a wrap on that Home Loan Hub. Don't forget to hit subscribe and join me next time for more property tips and tricks. Your next smart move starts here.